Good morning everybody and welcome to Rhyme of the Times for the week ending the 17th of June 2023. Nicola in the mire, Boris called a liar and his prospects look dire. But Trump's fans are still inspired despite the court appearance that transpired. Ukrainian army admired and their courage is now required as they prepare to fight fire with fire. The week began with many of us open-mouthed at political tremors north and south. The police had looked in the SNP cupboard and found more skeletons undiscovered. The ruling party's image getting further battered by allegations of dodgy financial matters. Nothing's proved yet, but the smoke emerging shows a fire could be under the under-fire sturgeon. On Sunday, Nicola was taken to the cop shop, and for 7 hours the questions didn't stop. Finally released with no charges pressed, investigations are ongoing, nevertheless. The former SNP chief denies that she's sinned, and for the moment Humza Yousaf won't have her binned. Meanwhile, Boris was again the talk of the nation, following his 9th of June resignation. With his image marred, he got in a right marred when the Privileges Committee hit him so hard. Their report was finally released on Thursday, for Johnson surely one of his worst days. His prepared statement in response to the report mocked the credentials of the kangaroo court. But 4 out of 7 of the committee members were actually Tories, it should be remembered. Boris claimed it was a bad day for democracy and accused Sir Bernard Jenkin of hypocrisy. The Tory grandee on Harriet Harman's team, according to Boris, was not squeaky clean. He had also broken lockdown rules when he held a party for his wife in 2020. But Boris achieved nothing from this final low blow, as the police, it seems, did not want to know. And Bojo may have overplayed his last hand. His political future now hangs by a strand. If he hadn't resigned, the committee had recommended that for 90 days he should be suspended. Originally much less, but increased to much more for the way Johnson had reacted 1 week before. Since receiving the first draft, he had sniped and swiped, impugning the committee for writing such tripe. And he'd got Harriet and her team further piqued when he gave unauthorised people a sneaky peek. Next week, a Commons vote will follow a debate to decide Johnson's current political fate. If Boris needs to reflect, he can look in the mirror. The paper released a video that made things clearer. On Saturday, the first moving pictures shared showing the Whitehall flouting of rules laid bare. Meanwhile, there's this guy called Rishi Sunak. He's still running the country and taking the flak. And with Boris on Monday he got into a spat. A sort of a resignation honours list tit for tat. The process isn't clear for handing out gongs, but some of the recipients seemed patently wrong. Political vexation in the USA mirrors our current vexed nation in many ways, with a fallen leader preying on the cynical in order to get himself back to the pinnacle. Those who've given up with accepted convention find salvation every time Trump's name is mentioned. So on Tuesday it was in a mood of joy, not gloom, that a crowd amassed outside a Miami courtroom. Donald Trump, amidst his cortege, looked quite at ease, entering the court, and his 38 not guilty pleas. Still on the subject of controversialists, a name on many controversial lists, Silvio Berlusconi, magnate and billionaire, was a magnet for sleazy headlines everywhere. Embezzlement, fraud, corruption, you name it. His lust for young women, he just couldn't tame it. He avoided doing time despite many crimes and was Prime Minister of Italy for 4 different times. At 86, still in government until June the 12th, when the comeback king finally succumbed to poor health. And on Thursday came the passing of Glenda Jackson, in 2 different careers the main attraction. She earned 2 Oscars in a long acting career, with her talent, versatility and a steely veneer. Then in 1992, at the age of 56, she made the surprise move into politics, a doughty Labour MP till 2015, when she returned once more to the acting scene. She had just finished filming The Great Escaper, when at 87 she was called to meet her maker. Nottingham city centre was full of police cordons after a man whose name is of no importance ran amok with a knife in the early hours of Tuesday, killed 3, harmed 3 before being taken away. On Thursday, the city centre came to a standstill. Thousands turned up for a moving vigil for Barnaby Webber and Grace O'Malley Kumar, Nottingham Uni students destined to go far, and Ian Coates, who was 65 years old, a caring man and a caretaker, we're told. Another vigil took place on Tuesday in London in memory of lives extinguished or undone by COVID-19 that brought so much anxiety. Tuesday marked the start of a 3-year inquiry. It seems Ukraine's counter-offensive is now underway. Even Russia's man-made flood can't keep it at bay. Tired of losing in the battlefield slaughter, they had condemned civilians to slaughter by water. Let's just pray Ukrainian troops now don't falter.